It's time for Rabbi Minkowicz's weekly Torah lesson, a place where life's most difficult questions are answered. Here with his spiritual perspective and insight, Rabbi Minkowicz.
Welcome to this week's Torah lesson. This week's Torah portion is Parsha's Haazinu. The question of the week is, how can we live a balanced life? So in this week's Torah portion, Parsha's Haazinu, the Torah portion begins, Haazinu Hashemayim, Moshe Rabbeinu says, heaven, here, and here deeply, V'sishma Aretz, let the earth here. So the question is, reality is we're closer to earth, and we're further away from heaven. So really it should have said, Haazinu Ha'aretz, V'sishma Shemayim. But nevertheless, it says Haazinu Hashemayim because Moshe Rabbeinu was closer to heaven. He was a very, very spiritual person, and earth he was further away from, and therefore it says V'sishma Aretz. So the question is, if Moshe Rabbeinu is talking to only Moses, so then it should say it the way it says it. But he's talking to us Jewish people, and we are closer to the earth. So why does it say Haazinu Hashemayim v'sishma aretz? And the Rebbe explains an important concept, and that is as follows: in life, you have heaven and you have earth. In other words, the earth gives forth the produce. But in order for the earth to give forth the produce, you need rain to rain on the earth, and that causes the earth to give forth the produce. But ultimately, the produce comes from the earth. Same thing also. In life, we need inspiration, and when we're inspired, we do. So ultimately, the action is where it's at, but in order for the action to happen, you need the inspiration. So in other words, inspiration is needed, and the action is needed. Just like rain is needed and earth is needed. Ultimately, what's more important? Where is it at? It's at in the action, because the action is what does things. And just like the earth produces the produce. But what do you need to get the process going? You need the rain so the earth should give forth the produce. And you need to have the inspiration so the person should do things. So Moshe Rabbeinu was teaching us the path of life, how to create a balanced life. Haazinu Hashemayim. First, we have to make sure to be close and really pay attention to heavenly ideas, to inspiration, to make sure that it's raining spiritually in our life, and then V'sishma Aretz, the earth will produce real produce. So in other words, how do we live a balanced life? We need inspiration, we need the rain, but we also need to make sure we produce. And we have both, the inspiration and the rain, and we produce, then we will live a beautiful, balanced life. This week's Torah lesson is in memory of Baruch ben Aryeh Leib and Shlomo ben Yosef. May their souls be elevated for the Torah that we're studying in their memory. Thanks so much for joining us for our weekly Torah lesson. For more information on Chabad, please see our website.